and I'm glad to welcome you to our concert. There we go. Our first concert for this for the UT Martin Concert Band. So we're delighted to have you here. Delighted to present our program for you, which ironically I just thought of the full title exactly where I wanted it to be tonight, this morning, which is called Connections. And the idea is to connect some ideas between both my experiences coming to UT Martin, because I'm in my first year, and obviously the connections that our group can do and present to you through the music we're playing. So the first piece you heard was Joy Revisited by Frank Kelly, a great American composer, and a chance to present, like literalness, the joy of obviously being here at UT Martin for me, but also just an amazing piece of music for these students to present to you, bring a smile hopefully to your face. The next piece on our program takes me back quite a few years to a great march called National Emblem. And this piece is appropriate in connection to my job title here, being the Director of Athletic Bands and the Concert Band and Tuba Euphonium. This piece helps connect the athletic bands part, as this is one of the first marches I ever got to play on the field, and this was back when I was in Kansas, at the University of Kansas Band Day, which if you haven't seen a band day, there's about 1,000 high school musicians on the field playing the same music, and you can imagine them playing the National Emblem March, which you are about to hear right now. An excellent piece of music. We hope you enjoy National Emblem.
Thank you.
The next piece on our Connections program is to demonstrate another style that we talk about and have recently started to grasp pretty well, which is what I believe in two different styles of music, one being a pirate song and another being a love song. Pretty much everything's that. So anything you listen to on the radio, I urge you to try to classify these, see where it sits. And this next one's going to be a beautiful love song. And you kind of wonder maybe the connection of all these that we're trying to make is not chronologically. If you look, this piece is a world premiere, written just this year, 2014. Well, this actually takes me back to my high school days as well, which, by the way, I didn't mention, but I was in Leavenworth, Kansas. Just to make it really obvious fact, that was not the prison that I was a part of, but just a regular part of the city, which is great. All right, I like laughter too. But this is a beautiful piece from my high school, even though, like I say, just written this year. This is actually, the composer, Brittany Burns, is actually a classmate of mine. We went to high school together. We went separate ways, actually, musically. And I wasn't sure, he said he wanted to go to music. We actually got to play in a rock band together. That was the first thing I ever did. I didn't tell these guys that. This is not a very rock appropriate piece. But Britt was a fabulous guitarist and pianist. And he came up with this piece called November Skies. And so appropriate on the November concert here, he discusses the skies and the wind and all of the areas that come with it. So I just wanted to read to you the areas that he believes this piece connects musically with people. The first one being, he talks about being lonesome. Yeah, maybe Leavenworth is a lonesome city. And then abrasive wind. And then we go through the tenderly, and then back to abrasive, and then some gentle breezes at the end. I think it ends on quite a happy note, even though many times we see November being dark and sometimes somber. There is a moment of that, but it ends on a very beautiful, lush style of happiness and true love song within this piece. So I hope you enjoy a world premiere here by the UT Martin Concert Band, November Skies by Britt Andrew Burns. I'm excited. We're going to do another piece of Mr. Burns's in our March concert, so look forward to that, another beautiful piece of music called Distance, which is appropriate. He lives in LA, so it's a little bit of travel. He's going to be here for that concert, so please come back and see us in March. The next piece on our program is probably one of the first amazing college experiences that I received when I was started my undergraduate at the University of Kansas, and this wonderful piece by Francis Macbeth called Sailors and Whales. And it kind of attributes to the obvious Moby Dick novel that the whole piece is written about, but I think some other things that are some interesting connections as we all think of college, and I'm sure many of these students on stage would agree that college someone ends up with a nickname, somewhere, somehow, some way. How many of you on stage have a nickname? Yeah, there's quite a few. Well, this piece actually designated my roommate's nickname, and it's from the very first line that the narration will go along with this, and it says, so call me Ishmael. And I was sitting back in the symphonic band at Kansas, but I was playing the percussion section in this band, and I was sitting back there playing the bass drum part, and we're sitting there, and Francis Macbeth was actually here conducting the piece for us, so it was great. Macbeth was just over there, was like, okay, let's do this. Narrator, let's go. My buddy was this big opera singer, huge voice. So call me Ishmael. He says, no, do it again. Okay, so call me Ishmael. We went through this pace about 4 or 5 times, and finally in the back, we're on the percussion, we're like, okay, dude, we're calling him Ishmael, it's on now. And that became his nickname for the whole piece. And so I still call him today, so it's in my phone. But this piece of music is outstanding. It's written for the 1990 California High School All-State Band. It's a fabulous piece of music, very dramatic, a chance to connect both musically and orally, as we're going to bring out our narrator in just a moment to get you both aspects of the world of Moby Dick. But to do that, we need to bring out Dr. Robert Mancusi, who's going to be our lovely guest narrator for this piece. So would you please give a warm welcome to Roberto Mancusi.
Call me Ishmael. I go to see a simple sailor right before the mast, plumb down into the forecastle, aloft there to the royal masthead. I am tormented with an everlasting itch for things remote. I love to sail forbidden seas and land on Barbary coasts. For these reasons, the whaling voyage was welcome. The great floodgates of the wonder world swung open. There floated in my inmost soul endless processions of the whale, and one grand hooded phantom like a snow hill in the sky. Queequeg's father was a high chief, a king, his uncle a high priest. There was excellent blood in his veins, royal stuff. It was quite plain that he must be some abominable savage, but Queequeg was a creature in the transitory state, neither caterpillar nor butterfly. Savage though he was, and hideously marred about the face, his countenance yet had something in it. Through all his unearthly tattooings, and in his large, deep eyes, fiery black and bold, there seemed tokens of a spirit that would dare 1,000 devils. There was a low rumbling of heavy sea boots among the benches, and all was quiet again, and every eye was on the preacher. Father Mapples rose, and in prolonged, solemn tones, like the continued tolling of a bell in a ship that is foundering at sea in a fog, in such tones, he commenced reading the following hymn. by a glance towards the taffrail, foreboding shivers ran over me. Captain Ahab stood on his quarterdeck. So powerfully did that whole grim aspect of Ahab affect me that for the first few moments I hardly noted the barbaric white leg upon which he partly stood. Bedraggled with trailing ropes and harpoons and lances, Moby Dick seemed possessed by all the angels that fell from heaven. Retribution, swift vengeance, eternal malice were in his whole aspect. The birds, they marked the spot. The whale, up helm, up helm! Oh, all ye sweet powers of air, he turns to meet us. My God, stand by me now!